This is scene 1, stage 1, take 2 of mental health. Action.
What's popping, everyone? My name is Andronica, and we're back with another episode. Yeah, mental healthy. I have.
Welcome to VET Campus TV. I'm not alone, but I'm also with.
Hi guys, Lenos Delicious System Baby, the modern Zulu girl. Yeah.
And today we're going to be talking about all things mental
health.
Yeah.
Speaking of mental health, so me and my other colleague were having a heated conversation in the morning about traumas. Do traumas affect your decision making in life? Because you might find that someone says, yo, when I was younger, my parents passed away, that's the reason I'm doing drugs. And so do you think that happens, or is just somebody labeling an act or justifying something they're doing with traumas or mental health issues?
I don't think per se you can say the reason why you're doing drugs is because of the things that you went through. But I believe the things that we go through affect our thinking and our decision making. So get to say, oh, when you want to make drugs, we want to do drugs, drink alcohol, everything. But things happen to us. Let's say whether but they shape how we think and how we look at life. Yeah.
So that's why okathola batho ba bang ga ba tshepe batho ba reserved. It's because it shapes how you. Are there certain instances, maybe, do you think in your life, are there instances that shaped who you are, maybe the way you act in a certain thing?
I personally, I think whatever that you're going through, it shape how to being the person you are. Because you went through isn't like maybe you were abused or like obviously because of it changed how you now I have to act a certain way because this certain situation. So yeah.
But I don't think like we are fully aware of these things. I mean, I'm 21, but I recently found out the reason why I like people so much is because of like childhood trauma, right? I've discovered that I'm a people pleaser.
Hey.
Right? And from now, I've always seen it as no, I love people, but it's not like that. I'm a people pleaser.
So Chong, you're trying to fill the void of you being pleased by pleasing other people. Is that what you're trying to say? All right.
I don't know how to put it, but all my life, I've been seeking validation. I'm not
going
into details. But yeah, things that I've been through affect, like they build like how I am now. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And it's also a very sensitive topic because we can't speak about this. For instance, the other day at work, we were talking about feelings, trauma, and then they were like, oh, are we depressed now because depression is a trend?
Oh yeah.
And then I said, okay, I think now the world is kind enough for us to open up and speak about things that hurt our feelings.
But now I get it now, like I was on TikTok the other day, everyone is using this sound, so I'm thinking, are we a depressed generation, or some people are just doing it for the fun of it? Because I'm totally attention, attention, eating about threatening a suicide. There's people who literally bang attention and they do certain things because they are attention desperate. Or maybe maybe break up so how do you differentiate from someone who's really going through the situation and someone who's just trying to get attention?
Well, that's the thing. You can't tell which Mundo is going through something because singashala nawe manje ngihleke nawe and be a bubbly person and whatnot. Kanti mangisengihleli ngiyi-one, that's when everything comes back. Kukhona sengicabanga ukuthi yo shit kana I'm going through this. Abanye ungahlala nabo but ulubone man omunye like uyashow ama-emotions wakho ukuthi okay yeah sharp now this is how I feel omunye ubhotlela up ukuthi singaboni ukuthi okay so you wouldn't know even nangale sound yaka-Rick I feel like we wouldn't know ukuthi labo bantu labo abanye are going through something or they don't sebayenzela just because of a trend but what I can say is that a generation namanje we're going through like a lot of things that we do not talk about it angeke kube specifically about family or in like it's a lot abanye it's school abanye it's umjolo abanye it's family abanye it's financial problems you know like there's a lot we're going through and depression
we handle things differently.
Yeah.
Okay.
We could be going through the same thing, mara when you chill about it.
It will affect the
yeah. So I think it's only the professional who can tell already.
Oh yeah.
This person is really going through it. And you know what attention.
This generation is going through the most. I feel like we actually the nice time. I feel like we're having things in a nice way because our forefathers, Joe, like they've been chased around with guns. Mabaya school in Bashar. And so that those people literally went through the most. Do you think Tina, we are weak, or Bonnet they actually beg us out, or why is it that in our generation there's more suicides and stuff, but in their generation, compared to their generation, because they went through a lot. Those
context
people.
now is the same as your mom saying, "Uskaba depressed because the corny nyamekai." That happened. They fought for that. Free. It's just the same thing. Didn't talk about.
That's why I'm asking, are we weak? Because maybe a slight inconvenience already. I'm not saying it, yo guys, life I'm going through the worst just because I'm not good leveraging. Until somebody was threatened every day of their life just because of their skin color.
No, I feel like manje. I guess it's the new generation, obviously. Manje, abantu ba advanced. We have social media, guys, and social media now you add to pressure, you know. So, monga now we go through things based through social media. Because no man should not guy. I post something, I'll be like, shit. Now I don't have this, and then now my parents don't afford to do this. They don't. I want say
Which is our downfall because what you see on social media is not always what you get. You see, because I could see Tim Baker, regular iPhone 14. She's always eating out at restaurants. My house in here, but
Or save the archives and more.
It happens a lot, not just like the example that I'm making, even with big people like influencer. What we see is not always what we get.
So I don't think Uguti weak. I think Uguti each generation it's more advanced and there's more pressure.
Also, I had this train of thought now, Uguti. Most people who end up committing suicide or who end up hurting themselves are the most bubbliest people you could ever meet. Like these people seem happy. Like abantu abastressa, like low young stressing at you go through a lot. They always survive. They always make it to the next day. Mara are always happy. They are the ones who end up killing themselves. And I'm like, how is it? Is it because we are bottling up or?
I need to umuntu oza ababli. Like akabonisa ama emotions thina sicabanga ukuthi ugalo happy every time akabonisa ukuthi guys, like I need to sit down with someone and talk, like I need someone to talk to, I need someone ozohlala phansi angimameli, you know. Uhlezi yena aqhamuka manje we like galo loyo ujabulile yabo, so akayitholi leyo nto leyo ukuthi athola umuntu maybe who cares ozoqhamuka from a side and be like, you know, galo, what's eating you up? But if you show emotions, umuntu who cares, whoever uzoza kuwe help. When galo you've been quiet these days, what's going on? You see, and then that's when you start uyakhuluma ukuthi no kenzakala 1 2 3 4 5 yabo lo mthalo lo uyasuka. But if you bottle it up, ufika nawe to a point where you're like, as in no man, it's as mangama life khona ijabhe inkinga zami izophela. I think that's how it is.
Guys,
this is mental health, scene 2, take 1, stage 1.
That's why, guys, it is important to check on your happy friends. Just check on them. Doesn't have to be into a hole. Just ask them okay, because you really never know.
I wonder actually, Kuti, do friends really have these type of conversation? Or like, do we really in this generation sit down and like, I'm going through the most. My last relationship, my academics. Do you think? Yeah.
I personally don't.
Yeah.
I don't know about well.
You know why? I think as Tembani to that extent, like you feel like when you give someone information, one day they might come and use it against you.
Yeah. You know, like people don't like being vulnerable. Yeah, that means they're exposed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and my friends, we talk about these things when I'm jolo, when I'm your mental health. We cry together, guys. And I feel like it is important to be like and just open up, man. Like get to understand what's like what's going on. Like I feel free with like I figure it's your friend I'm going through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and just cry together and stuff. It's really important. So it helps.
So do you think it's important? Mara, guys, what's the importance of having a conversation? Let's say, for example, I'm going through the most. Mangihlele roomini ngiyacabanga ukuthi mfethu life injanjani ngizane plan ngiyi-one ukuthi hayi ngizayithatha so yabona I solved it on my own. What's the importance of me maybe going to a psychologist umuntu ahlale phansi axoxe nami ngendaba zami? What's the importance? Because I might feel like counseling is just because Nalom is also human. Now they are going through some things. So how will they understand my situation and what we're telling them?
Yeah, I think it's more about self-reflection. Because I honestly can't stay in my room because room, you know, about self-reflection. But I think a third party like will be able to okay, if this is what happened, like neutral, the person is neutral, or like both sides of the story are sure, okay, maybe you have a problem of being accountable. Do you understand? So I feel like that's where they get in. They're able to assess because yourself, I don't think
you'd give yourself a professional opinion.
Yeah, because no, abanye uthola ukuthi bayazblame guy umuntu abe like no, it's my fault, like yabo awusathola ukuthi uthole ukuthi like nalo omunye beka at fault ukuthi situation and abhekanje. I feel like that's the reason why abanye abantu bazibulala.
I think that makes sense because I had this one friend, like this person felt like yonke into ayenza like wrong, like even the smallest thing. Sorry, you know those type of, and I'm like, bruh, like you're a human, you're allowed to make mistakes. But people really pressurize themselves about that, like, and you're like, Mari, I think it's because of past traumas. And speaking of past traumas, now, like there's this instance now, like me and this guy were having a conversation, and then I'm like, Fit, why you believe okay, I'm shy because okay, I'm shy. If you're mtando kono teta na ntonto. But you know, man, sometimes that's gonna take it to your children. Maybe masiti when your child comes to my house now. Ubona no mama sekaya sidlala play fighting because of it trauma yasejartini umntana uyakhala, and we're like some actions really affect how you think and how you move,
which I think is important as a person. Reflecting and caring. I know it's difficult, but like everyone goes through into it, but just caring, attend to your issues. Okay, Tembeka, this happened to you. It's okay. You know, okay, I'll deal with it. Guys, let me distract myself. Let me go for work. Let me go out. Or let me journal. TikTok has provided a platform. Okay,
it has.
What am I grateful for today? Past trauma and how I can deal with it. So you just deal with it the way you can. Because usapresa dinto really doesn't work. Okay, so I think I can work on something about mental health. It's a really broad and topicy.
Okay, guys, last question before Svala. Just last one. Nina, guys, how do you deal with mental health here? Like whatever that you guys go through.
To be honest, me, like in most cases, like I don't know, I'm not the type of person who'd call time or late time or want to and so on. So I sit in my room ngiyatandaza, and then that gives me hope in a way. And maybe sometimes, if because I go to church, then there's a brother who I see as a prestige pastor in the church. I'm like, hey bro, I'm going through 1, 2, 3. Can you please advise me? And takes me to the side, and we have a conversation.
Well, okay guys, that brings us to the end of today's episode. If there's anything that you guys want us to touch, we'll definitely do another episode. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Andronica, and this is VT Campus TV.
Issue.